World After This one is a movement and spoken word piece looking at the three art forms of vogue, gospel music, and bomba, and sort of examining the different lineages, histories, and struggles that those three art forms share, and using them sort of in concert with one another as examples of the ways that Black people throughout diaspora have used the tools of empire to imagine liberated futures. Understanding sort of the movement as itself a form of history and itself a form of memory, and something that isn't just for show and for fun, but is rooted in struggle, rooted in ancestry, and rooted in community in these much broader and deeper, really spiritual ways. I think that was when my relationship to dance started to shift, and sort of seeing myself as a dancer, and that being a more core part of my identity, or a way that I would name myself that I don't know that I would have previously.
Rikers Island, named in part for Richard Riker, 19th century lawyer who takes particular pleasure in returning Black Northerners to their former Southern owners. Incarcerated queens vogue before the induction of the term vogue, entertaining their fellows in bondage.
Shaping it and bringing it out into the world has been a 6-year project, which is definitely not what I envisioned or imagined when I started out on the journey. But I think even longer than that, I think I've been looking for ways to underline and connect these different art forms that are really important to me and aren't often in conversation with one another, or at least not in conversation with one another as frequently and as deeply as I would like them to be. Naming all of these art forms as Black art forms, naming all of these art forms as ones that are rooted in histories of struggle, in histories of resistance, not just to oppression broadly, but to state violence and to the state as an apparatus, and overtly politicizing these forms and contextualizing them in that history is really important to me. Black art forms in general are often intentionally decontextualized for consumption, for palatability, and are treated as just spectacle. And for me, that's not just disrespectful to the art form, it's hard to call it the art form at that point when we're separating it and the reasons for its creation in the first place. This piece is for Black people. This piece is for the diaspora, and especially women, trans, and queer people in the diaspora. And it's not that other folks aren't welcome to watch and to participate, but there's a very specific community and a very specific family that I'm speaking to.